Thank you, Rainbow, for participating with us, and we hope you could tell us more about first about yourself, and then the thing you did this summer.
Yeah, great. So thank you for having me, Nari. My name is Rainbow Chen. I use she, her pronouns. I am a member of the class of 2021, and I am double concentrating in education studies on the old policy history track, and history is my double. So, what I did this past summer, during the COVID pandemic summer, I worked for the University of Vermont's Upward Bound program. You can see I'm repping them right now, actually. So, to kind of explain, I guess, the organization first, Upward Bound is a federally recognized organization and program that's part of this umbrella called TRIO. And TRIO is a federal program uh, designed to help first generation and low income students access higher education. And so Upward Bound is one of those main core programs that supports high schoolers that are first generation and low income in summer college experiences and then year long programming and test prep and so on. And so what I did was I was a tutor counselor in the summer college program of Upward Bounds program at University of Vermont. So that means my position was I was managing a small group of high school students. We call this our TC group, the tutor counselor group, and we also were TAing in one of the courses offered for summer college, and that would be either humanities, math, or any like side things. And then we also plan weekly virtual college tours and plan activities for the students for cool activities and such. So that's mostly what my job does, and I am an alum of the Upward Bound program, and hence why it's very important to me and why I decided to return.
Cool. Um, so it seems like you had a really positive experience. Can you tell us more about maybe more specific things you got to do, relationships you were able to build, um, how yeah, how this experience became a very positive one for you this summer?
Yeah, so in a pandemic, having a virtual internship, which is what this was, um, can have many things to it. And I wasn't particularly expecting um, to do many things with that. However, it was particularly positive because I was able to get a lot out of that, even with the pandemic and with virtual obstacles. So, I guess the best part of that experience this summer was really creating great relationships with my TC group. Typically, in a normal summer, your TC group would be of all years together, and you would meet as a group of probably like 10 students to one TC. But because it was virtual, they decided to organize it such that it was like underclassmen TC group. So it was more small and intimate or more smaller like Zoom rooms. And then a senior cohort. So to have more one-on-one experiences for like college prep and so on, because that's a really big summer for the seniors of Upward Bound. And so I think I think I did a good job creating good relationships with these students and also creating activities for them that made them feel better about their own selves, feel more confident about what they're interested in, what they're passionate about, and just feeling like hopeful about getting into college because a lot of students who participate in Upward Bound, and particularly in this community that I'm from, college is not an expectation, and it's also very scary. And so, to help reduce that burden or the fears of not getting into college and really hyping them up, because I really do think they deserve to go to college and they're all brilliant. I think that was like the best experience to see them feel like at the end of the program, feel really excited to apply to college and excited to like be like, yeah, like I can do that. I can be the first to go to college. Like that is great.
Okay. No, that's really cool to hear. What is one skill that you think you gain through this program?
Hmm. I think the best skill I gained, um, let's see, probably relationship building on a more formal basis, um, because there is a bit of an age gap. How I can work with people of different ages, particularly younger populations. This isn't necessarily connected to teaching, but it's just so important to be able to know how to communicate with young people, and also like not be at the same time, not be a power dynamic, and ensuring that you can be a mentor figure and at the same time someone that can like teach them new things, what not creating this sense of like I have power and I have all knowledge. And so I guess those like interpersonal relationship building skills and a healthy and mutual cooperation type of level, if that makes sense.
Thank you. And lastly, can you tell us how other Brown students may be able to apply to this program?
Yeah, so trio upward bound programs exist all around the country, and I'm sure that most people aren't even aware that there may be one right by them. There is one program in Rhode Island at Rhode Island College, and that is the probably the most accessible one directly to Brown students. But if you do live in America and you're hoping to uh, work with Upward Bound, then you can just look at Upward Bound in your community. And it's highly likely. Every summer program, there's always hiring TCs. Sometimes they're residential and sometimes they're non residential. But either way, the experience that I have is very similar, and you just apply. And the process is pretty simple. It's usually a resume, a cover letter, and maybe an interview or two. And that's essentially it. And they look for college age students. You don't have to be in education, but it is a plus if you are. And as long as you're passionate about working with first generation and low income students, then it's a really cool thing to apply to.